talking in the road. A conversation we need to have. Seen circumstances and what quality of life you're going to have.
Hello.
You know, to watch, okay, they can see you. I want to ask a question, okay? That's not what you think.
I don't know.
It's not what you think. I'm telling you. What is it?
No clue.
Okay. Recently, I told, Toran saw the story on Facebook with a young man who has been, he started talking in the road.
Could never be.
Of course. Who has been on ventilator support for the last 14 months. Now, I am not here to tell anybody what they should and should not do with their relatives. However, I do think this probably highlights a conversation we need to have with our loved ones. Right? In case of unforeseen circumstances and you are placed on ventilator support, what you would like. Because you have to think, your family or you have to think beforehand what quality of life you're going to have, even if you are off ventilator support. Are you going to be able to walk, to talk, to feed yourself? Are you going to have control of your bowels, your bowel and your bladder?
Or are you going to be a burden?
Or are you going to be a burden to people? And I have always maintained this, right? None of us, we didn't come here to turn stone. Nobody. As certain as we live, we are going to die. And a lot of us don't like to talk about that and what we would want to happen should we die. Not should we, when we die. And I have seen it so many times when you're there. Not so much because I never worked in ICU, but when you have patients who have traumatic brain injury and they're just there, you see them wasting away. And you see how the feet, what do you call it? There's a name for how the foot goes. And then you see the hands curl up. And they never really wake up.
Involuntary movement.
And then they have involuntary movement. So you might come and you see my eye twitching and my fingers moving. Or some part of me, and you're going to say, oh, that's she has fine. Response. No, but it's just my body doing what it has to do. So for me, if this movie coming up part 2, but for me, you didn't see it? The Wonderful Counselor. I want to see that part 2. They had it Valentine's last year. But for me, if I am to be on ventilator, after 5 days, please oh.
Give yourself a week.
Take me, yes, 5 days.
How about a month?
No. Because for me, I think the longer you are on it,
more dependent.
You are dependent, and your recovery is the less chance of me waking up. So for me, I do not want to be on ventilator for more than 5 days. I do not want to come for somebody to be changing my pampers. God forbid I have my period. I do not want. You understand what I don't want it. Now you tell me what you think.
It's kind of touch and go. You know why I say that? Because for me, I wouldn't like it myself, but there are instances where people been on ventilator and woke up after a couple weeks and so on and resume normal lives. So with that hope, people always thinking maybe I might be that one. Maybe that might be my relative. So I think with that in mind, that's usually the reason why they keep holding on and have them on so long. That's what I think.
And you know something, I think that people, the families, sometimes they don't think about what the next steps, what comes if the person wakes up off the ventilator, the care that goes into having somebody who is literally a vegetable. A lot of people don't think about it, and the burden, because this person is going to require 24 hours care, You cannot leave me and say, oh, I'm going town and I'm coming back, or I'm going to a little fete and a little party.
Well, you could go, but when you come back, make provision for that.
And then provision is not for free because you can't ask somebody who doesn't have any. Let us say have a track. You can't ask somebody who. People look at the road. There's traffic. You can't ask somebody who does not know how to care for a track or when to turn me to come and care for me, because if they do it, if you allow them to do it consistently, then I'm going to have bed sores.
Yeah.
And if they don't know what to do, let us say you're feeding me via NG tube, and then I start choking. What then do you do? And there's the other thing, the equipment that you might need to have at home.
Yeah.
You might need to have a hospital grade bed, suction, tubes, catheters, this, that. So a lot of us, we don't think about the things that go into caring for a patient long term, because it requires a lot, and then you're going to have the person taking care of you now is going to have caretaker fatigue. Of course, if you're with somebody or your family suddenly got ill, let us say they got ill and they
happen to be just a vegetable there. That's
eventually coming down to the end of it. That is different than for you to,
like you're talking about an accident itself, or
yes, and you have a traumatic brain injury. Please do not leave me. Do not leave me, because let me go. And I'm saying, if it is the Lord's will for me to wake up, when they take me off the ventilator,
He gonna wake you up.
He will wake me up. If I don't wake up, the Lord say, come home, my child. That is how I feel. So let me know how you feel about it below. But because oftentimes it's not, people don't like to talk about that, and once you're living, you should put things in place.
All these scenarios should come to mind. All the different scenarios.
Possibly should, and even if it doesn't happen, you should put things in place. Okay, if I die, I want to be burned, and Shanette, I want to be cremated. I do not want to go in that dark place down there.
As if you know.
No, I'm serious though. I tested it. No, I do not want to be. I do not want to be buried. I want to be cremated. That way, if the picnic decide he want to carry some of the ashes, he could carry it with him now. I'll put it in a little something, like a little pendant or something. But when it down inside, he can't go carry it.
When you're gone, you're gone. When you want the ashes,
Mr. If he wants, but that is my preference, to be burned. So I am saying, a lot of us, we don't like to think about the sadness that comes with death, but preparation, it is better to be prepared than leave your family wondering what to do. And the other thing that comes with preparation, please ensure that you have money so that you can be buried, and cremation cheaper.
Make your will, say what you want.
And have money to be buried too. Don't let your family to go and borrow money to get you buried. No. Yeah, no, don't do it. Don't do it. She laughing, but it's a very very serious matter. What do you want at the end of your life?
Some people even have money to leave LIVE, much more to LEAVE.
True, but then take a little life insurance policy then. You know, pay a little something, and at the end, your family will bury you and they will still get something from it. Because even if it's, let us say, take a 200,000, 300, nobody going to take 300,000 and bury somebody. For what? You understand?
But the reality of it is that people are living hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck. So sometimes they can't even pay. Can't even afford to pay for insurance. That's just the reality, yeah?
That is true.
Things are really tough.
But if you could afford it,
we might think that, we barely making it for ourselves.
God. You remember one time you was walking and we spoke about this?
We're making it, but there are ways and means, and we use different things to,
I mean, I'm making it. Me scraping by, literally.
Yeah, scraping. Anyway. What was going to say?
That's how people live in. How people live in. Like, they can't afford life insurance.
Yeah.
Tiffany? Oh, your thought gone?
Yeah, my thought gone. I was going to say something else, but I lost my thought.
Anyway, people are going to walk. We're packed. Such a beautiful evening.